Hey y'all, it's Nerdydollgirl again here with Ashia. So I am just doing a little tag today because I am sick once again. Winter is not my favorite time of the year, and I seem to catch every cold and flu that comes out. So I am just not feeling very good. So I just really wanted to make a video, but not a very long one. So BJDs Down Under made this awesome tag. I saw it on Gina's YouTube. So hi Gina, how you doing, sweetheart? So I thought that I would do it too. So it's the BJD Past tag, I think it was. Of course, I didn't write that part down. My brain is not working today. But before we start with the tag, I just want to show you guys something really cool that my best friend Tammy from TamTamC actually bought me. So Ashia's got it in his hand. It is a mini controller. Isn't that so cool? I think this is a Nintendo GameCube controller, and it actually works. Like, the buttons work and they move, and it's really, really cool. And it came in a little like mystery bag. You didn't know which one of 8 that you could get. So she bought me this one, and I actually bought myself one. And I got a Game Boy. So and they're perfect sizes for SD dolls. They look like appropriate sizing and everything. And they were about $10 Canadian. Again, you don't know which one you're gonna get, but they're all really cool. The buttons work and stuff. So they come as keychains. You just have to pull the little keychain part off, and then you can just use it as a prop. But I was super excited because I got the Game Boy, which I had when I was younger, and then this one that Tammy bought me is just so cool. Like, I love the color, I love the fact that it's a little controller. It's just, they're super cool. So if you guys can go out and find them, we found them at EB Games, which I'm not sure if that is an American store or if it's just in Canada, but I'm sure that there are other game stores and stuff that you could possibly find them at. So yeah, I was like super excited. So Ashia, I'm gonna put Ashia down. So babe, say bye-bye. Okay. All right. Because I have my questions. I also wanted to show you guys that I'm working on some jewelry right now. I'm making these cute little necklaces. This one says mermaid. I have ones that say kiss me, sassy. I just love. I just really wanted to do some creative stuff and not anything like super complicated, so I just thought I would get some of my jewelry out and make those. It's kind of sucky, like this time of year I have found that it's really hard for sales, and it sucks because there's so many sales that I want to be a part of, and I can't because nothing is selling. So, sorry, runny nose. So yeah, so that is what I'm working on right now, and I'm hoping that maybe if I make a couple and post them on either Instagram or on Facebook or something, I can sell them for a couple bucks and put some money towards the things that I really want. But anyways, let's start with the tag while I'm still conscious. So, BJD Past tag. So the first question is, as a kid, did you play with dolls? Well, if you guys know anything about me and you've seen my videos, you know absolutely I have always loved dolls. I think I got a doll at like as a baby even, just it's been like from birth. I've always loved dolls. I've always just loved playing with dolls. So absolutely always played with dolls. And even to this day, I play with my dolls. I play with dolls. I was a huge Barbie collector when I was a little younger, and I played with all of them, and I've never stopped. I think when my kids grow up, if they're not into toys anymore, it's not going to stop me from going to the toy section, because it is the best place out of any store is the toy section. So toys, dolls, everything, I love them. And it says, if yes, what doll was your pride and joy? If not, what toy did you play with the most? So I'm going to answer this. I'm going to answer both of them, because my pride and joy was my child. Showing her bum. Sorry. So this is my child. I cannot remember what I called her, but I've had her since I was really little. I'm guessing like 5. But she was just so beautiful and amazing, and I really, really wanted her, and so I was super ecstatic when I got her, and I took her places and stuff, but I was also really careful with her. As you can see, I still have a lot of my dolls. The poor Raggedy Ann's foot is coming off. That doll with the green dress is like covered in like dirt and all that, just because I really played with my dolls. So she was like my pride and joy, but she didn't get played with quite so much, because she was kind of like, you know, so she's a lot in a lot better shape than a lot of my dolls, but she's one that I will never get rid of, because she's just so amazing and cute. But I played with my dolls. I played with my China dolls. I was never one to keep things pristine on the shelf. I always wanted to get involved with my dolls and my toys. But I probably played with my Barbies the most. I would say my Barbies and then my action figures. Those were the two things that I played with the most. Okay. Now, number 2. Do you remember the kind of games you played with your toys? So, this is kind of hard and kind of embarrassing at the same time. So, I was extremely shy, and I'm still extremely shy, although you wouldn't necessarily know it. And so a lot of my play was kind of what I thought interacting with other people was like. And, you know, my dolls would have relationships with each other, like these intense dramatic relationships, and, you know, so-and-so would be dating the other one, and, you know, so-and-so would, I mean, it was just playing out all the stuff that I didn't have the capacity of doing as an actual person. I would play out with my dolls, I guess. And just I've always been huge into make-believe. I loved my action figures because they were like little dolls, which especially if you're someone who's very adamant that action figures are not dolls, then that statement probably upsets you. But let's be honest, they're little people just like dolls. So I did do adventures with my dolls. I've always loved fantasy and adventures and stuff. So I did, you know, there'd be a bad guy and the heroes would have to save you know, people, and they'd have to fight against these bad guys and everything. But I always wanted to collect my action figures. I had, you know, like Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles. I had, I don't know if you guys remember, there was like Food War characters. They were little like, they were little food that was dressed up in like army outfits and everything. And I used to play with those all the time with my best friend RJ growing up. I played with My Little Pony. I'm like definitely an 80s kid. I played with all of those kind of 80s toys, the Care Bears, what are they called now? Glowworms. The 80s had like the absolute best toys in my opinion. Strawberry Shortcake. There were so many toys that it's just really hard to choose. But I would just make believe stuff and play them. But yeah, I spent a lot of time alone. So a lot of my toys were more to me than just toys. They were like little people. So next question. Number 3, were there any dolls or toys that you loved before BJDs? And yes, absolutely. Again, they're just every toy and doll and action figure and everything meant a lot to me because they were my own little private world that I could escape into and really feel free in. So I don't know if there is like a specific one before BJDs. I just think I've always loved toys. I've always loved dolls. So there's not necessarily a specific one. There's just too many of them. Number 4, do you have a story before your dolls? Did you have a story before your dolls? And like I've said before, I'm not necessarily someone who looks at a doll and makes up a story, or has a story and then looks for a specific doll to fit that story. I tried that with my Resin Soul Me, and I loved her, and she was awesome, and her face up was incredible and everything. And I thought, okay, well, I'm going to do Miss Peregrine's for Peculiar Children, Home for Peculiar Children. But then when I got her, and it didn't work. So I try not to plan a story before I get a doll. Now, saying that, my Bowie is coming, my David Bowie doll, so he's kind of got a story. But I find that it's more, I get to know the personality of the doll when I meet them, more than I plan a story ahead of time. Number 5, if you could change anything you did in the past that's BJD related, what would you do? It's really hard, this question, because I mean, life is full of regrets, and you know, things happen and you can't prepare for them, so you can't really expect that something is going to be a certain way, and then if it's not, that it's brain melt. I guess the complete answer to that is I don't really have anything that I regret, because even like the bad experiences, like with Mirror Doll, the whole kerfuffle with that, or the problems that I've had with other quality of dolls and stuff, it sucks, and I lost money, and it caused a lot of like frustration and stress and all that sort of stuff. But I just kind of feel like that's kind of part of the hobby, you know, it's kind of part of life. You're going to have things work out sometimes, and then you're going to have other stuff that's not going to work out. And if you regret things, that you really don't have any control over, it just drives you crazy. The only things in life that I regret is if I hurt other people or, you know, do something, again, I don't like hurting other people. So those are the things that I really regret. But with regards to dolls and collecting and stuff, no, I don't think so. So, yeah, that is my video. I'm sorry, guys, that I'm sick and I'm not as, like, entertaining as I want to be. But hopefully you enjoyed this video. Thank you so much to Gina for posting it. And I love watching you, girl. And thank you for making that video. And thank you to AG Dolls Down Under for making this tag. It was really cool. So please check those girls out. I have put the links down below. Thank you guys so much for watching, and hopefully I will be back next week in a better state and a better health-wise, okay? Thank you guys so much for watching. Please like, share, and subscribe, okay? Bye.